Ann Louise, what role does the blood type play in your diet, your weight, your overall health?
You know, it's a good question, and I wrote about blood type in a book many years ago that came out, I think in 1996, if I'm not mistaken, if my memory is correct.
Okay.
That book was Your Body Knows Best.
Yes, Your Body Knows Best.
And I identified different ways in which you can personalize and tailor-make a diet program that is unique for your own biochemical needs. I examined the whole blood type theory, and I think there may be something to it.
All right.
There are 4 different blood types, and what I have seen with the research, and I did a lot of research through the Japanese, interestingly enough, is that O's really are the caveman blood type, and they do very well. Oh, they are. God bless those O's.
Positive and negative?
It doesn't matter what the positive and negative is. It does have something to do with whether you're a secretor or non-secretor, but that gets into real detail here and specifics. But the broad strokes of this are that you need a higher protein diet and don't do well with sugar and can become depressed if you don't exercise. For one who's an O, and I know from our discussion last night you're a little O.
Yes, so possible.
You're an O. You would need to move. You need to exercise. That for you is more important than...
Absolutely. And a sedentary lifestyle is just anathema for me.
I have heard that from so many O's, so I know that's to be true. And you're an individual that really needs to have your own company. I mean, you're the mover and the shakers out there. You're the CEO.
The O's are.
Oh, they are.
Okay.
The A's are very different. Much more sensitive immune system, number one. They're the analyzers. They're the ones, whenever I speak, they're taking notes and their hand goes up and they're asking me all sorts of little details, you know, which hopefully I can illuminate and expand upon. But there are also individuals that do not produce enough hydrochloric acid.
They don't.
No, and years ago, I learned from some of my medical friends that this used to be taught in medical schools.
Really?
That A's are hypochlorhydric, meaning that they don't secrete enough digestive enzymes. So that means that they're not digesting protein wells, which means that they gear towards more vegetarianism because they don't do well with meat. It becomes putrefies in their system.
Okay.
And they're probably having a problem with iron and calcium and magnesium, which to all to some degree are acid-based minerals. There are also individuals that are much more sensitive to yeast overgrowth for some physiological reasons. So those O's have to be a lot more, those A's have to be a lot more careful, have to be a lot more balanced, don't do well with all the extensive exercise that you can do as an O. They need to do more meditative work, more yoga, more stretching, more Pilates, more Tai Chi.
All right, and what about your B's?
Well, we're the crazy ones. We're the crazy makers. Yeah, that was just so fitting when I read about the B's. You know, the Japanese used to put ads in the newspaper, and they'd say, I want a B blood type to be my next chef. Yeah, isn't that funny? We have a thing with food, that I can tell you. I love to eat it, love to create recipes. I'm not a cook. I mean, anybody will tell you that. I don't have the patience for it, but I enjoy writing the cookbooks and figuring out what needs to happen, and then I have somebody else do it. Having said that, B's are also very much free thinkers, highly emotional, and we have to watch that we are in balance because we can become really out of whack. We can become very driven.
Okay.
Yeah, and I certainly see that with myself. So balancing my adrenals is a key to my overall health.
Okay. And what kind of diet is best for a B?
Balanced diet, a diet that has animal protein and has some vegetarian elements to it. We do better with dairy, theoretically, than other blood types. We grew up in a much more agriculturally based time, or that blood type developed, you know, epidemiologically in a much more agricultural based environment. So we do well with cheeses and yogurts. And it's my favorite comfort food, that I can tell you. So I think to some degree there's some, you know, relevance there, and we're individuals that really need a structure. So we're hard because we need to be in balance more. And I try to be an O. We try to be O's, but we really can't.
Okay, so that's A, B, O.
And AB.
AB.
And that's about 4% of the population. I make up 11% of the population. The ABs are 4% of the population. Master planners, I think they're the masters. And interestingly, yeah, I remember doing a lecture many years ago and talking about all the qualities of the ABs because they've got the B who are esoteric thinkers, you know, creative, very original thinkers, a little eccentric. And the A's, which are so detailed. And this is for a big cosmetic company, and I remember turning to the doctor, whose name bears that cosmetic company or is
Okay.
on all of their labels. You know who he was. And I said to him, "Doctor, you must be an AB." And he said, "Yes, I am." Because I could see what a master he was in terms of his mind and the attention to details as far as his formulations were concerned.
And the best diet for the AB
Is a mixture of both. They're going to need digestive enzymes, so that's a
Okay.
specific. Yeah. My blood type doesn't do well particularly with herbs. The O's, I think you do a little well with everything. You can tend to become too acidic. And the A's, it's the digestive element.
All right, and that's in Your Body Knows Best.
That's in Your Body Knows Best. It's one of my little favorite books. It was a big hit in Germany, as I said.
Okay.
We kind of foreshadow the whole blood type theory. And I also talk about fast and slow oxidizers as well as another way of kind of tailor-making your diet. But I continue to be enchanted and fascinated with the whole blood type idea. And I like to think that in terms of what your characteristics are, it's exceedingly fitting.
Very good. Thank you.